maximum. But don't worry, you will not even know that 40 minutes is here. By the time you realize the conversation is over.
Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. You are most welcome to this AI-focused fireside chat. As the MC has rightly said, this session's title is AI Ethics and Inclusion: Why Women Must Shape the Future of Intelligent Technology. And I must say that I'm excited about this part of the day because we'll be having real conversation about the future of AI. You can all attest to the benefits that these systems have contributed to our daily operations. But then also, you bear with me that they are not magical, are they? They are built by people. And this is the more reason we have to be extra careful that they don't end up reflecting our worst biases instead of our best intentions. And so we'll be talking about that. We will also move beyond, we look at how we can build more fair and accountable systems instead of just intelligent ones. And so for that, we'll be looking at the importance of governance and the challenge of bias and the critical differences that we, the women, we are making at the forefront of these industries. Please, with a round of applause, help me acknowledge my panelists. So I have here with me Ms. Gifty and Ms. Winifred. Yes. The goal here is that simple. It is for us to understand how inclusive thinking can lead to smarter and safer outcomes for everyone. Please, are we good? Okay, so as the MC has rightly said, my name is Mary and I'll be moderating. Please give it up for me too. Okay, so please, by a quick show of hand, is there anyone who has in the last 5 years applied for a loan or a job or use any health portal? Anyone here? Anyone here? Okay, so only the MC. Well, MC, you quick change your job, eh? Okay, so Miss Winifred and Miss Gifty, you know, it's really interesting to know that the processes and the decisions of most of the operations that goes on. When I say operations, like applying for a job, for healthcare, and also a loan, these operations, they are influenced by AI. So then, if AI is quietly deciding on who gets the job, who gets the money, and who gets the healthcare, the stakes couldn't be that high, could it? So if that's the case, then why do you think that ethics matters so much in AI design and its deployment? Ms. Gifty, please, can you help us with that?
Okay, thank you very much. I am honored to be part of the panel for discussion for Femitech 2026. Thank you very much for this opportunity. In the first place, we have to understand what AI itself is and what ethics is. So AI in simple terms is giving machines human intelligence. So what the human should do, you are allowing the machine to do. So the machine should think like the human. It should make decisions just like the human would make. Whilst ethics on the other side is looking at right and wrong. So what is the right way to do something? What is the wrong way to do something? So if you are to look at how ethics is being applied in these technology systems that we have used AI to build, we are saying that we do not want the systems which we have built to be biased in any way. We don't want the systems to be unaccountable. So, for instance, you are applying it for a loan, like you said, and the loan system is denying you because of your gender. Or you want to get social aid, but the system is denying you because it can't take even your fingerprints. All of these, we want to avoid these kind of discriminations, biases, whether it is from your gender, whether it is from your geographical location, your race, your social standard, your financial stability you have. We want to do away with all of these discrepancies in it and make sure that if we are building systems, the system should serve everybody fairly and equally. We do not want someone to say, I didn't benefit from this because of where I am or because of what I am or what I am facing. That is why ethics is there to govern us and to shape us, and give us the principles and standards that we are supposed to follow in order to build systems that are for all, for the entire human race, and not just for a few. Thank you.
Thank you too. So, Miss Gifty, Winifred, thank you. If I'm hearing Miss Gifty right, then it means when we embed AI and ethics in AI design and its deployment, we move AI from being a clever trick to become a trustworthy tool. This raises a question. Is that what really makes AI responsible? I like that we move beyond the theory and the policy document for the moment. And you help us understand in practical terms, when we say responsible AI, what does it look like?
Okay, so good afternoon to everyone. Thanks again for having us at 2026 Femitech. So when we talk about responsible artificial intelligence, I think first and foremost, we want to take the two words apart. So what does being responsible mean? And in this case, the context is decision making. That's the perspective we are looking at artificial intelligence in. The examples you gave, access to credit, access to job opportunities, they are all decision-making functions within an organization or within a society. So how are those decisions being made outside of artificial intelligence? Usually, how would we make those decisions based on maybe the institution has a decision process for eligibility and acceptance to gain access to an institution or to gain access to credit. That's a system that exists outside of artificial intelligence. Now, when we bring in AI to take on those decisions, what we want to ensure is that the decision-making processes of the AI reflects the human values and judgments of fairness, of transparent choice making. Okay, it's possible outside of AI to say, oh, this person got a job because he knows someone who works there. When it comes to artificial intelligence, we want to make sure such biases are not embedded in the artificial intelligence systems. And that is when we talk about responsibility. So are they transparent? Are they fair? Are their judgments reflecting human values? You know, in the world, we run a lot of societies based on what the UN has defined as human rights. And most institutions practice their human rights based on what UN has defined for us to do. So when we talk about responsible AI, we are looking at embedding how we make fair decisions, not unfair decisions in the world, into artificial intelligence systems, because these systems are, number one, autonomous. So their decision making is not in a committee. There are individuals who can sit and make a decision in a committee. AI systems are usually autonomous, so they make decisions without conversations happening in a room. So we want to be sure that the way they make decisions still represents our understanding of fairness, our desire for accessibility, equal access, equal opportunities. We want to make sure those things are embedded in our AI models. So that is what responsible AI focuses on.
Okay. On the basis of bias, listening to you, I'm having the impression that bias do enter AI systems. How does bias enter AI systems? And I like that you also help us to understand the consequence, if there is, that there is the consequence when women are excluded actually from AI design and its decision making. So Ms. Winifred, would you want to help us with that?
Gifting.
Gifty, thank you.
Thank you. So, biases enter AI systems which are designed in the first place through the data which was used to train these systems. You know, AI systems cannot function without data. It's like the human body not functioning because there is no blood. So it's like blood is the data that is running through these systems. So if we train these systems with biased data, then it means the end result is going to be that the systems which are coming out are going to be biased. They are going to favor one part of the world and leave the other. And to look at how women are affected with this kind of situation, if they are excluded from these AI systems design and decision making, we are actually not going to capture the needs of women. Yes, we won't be able to even involve women, especially those who have experiences in the systems which we are designing. If you exclude them in the decision making and design of these systems, the system will function halfway. Yes. Typical example, you are building an application to cater for childcare, or let's say lactating mothers. And on the board, who decided on building the system, and even the people who implemented the system are men. Or we just have a few women among the team. Definitely, the men are going to take decisions based on how they feel or what they have seen, but not what they have experienced. And so we are going to leave experience out and then focus on our feelings and what we know. And we'll use that to build the system. When that happens, the system is going to be biased. It won't serve the purpose that it was made to serve.
Thank you. I'd like you to hold on to that. So, has there been any operational outcome of an AI system that has been unfair or even harmful as a result of the fact that a woman or women were excluded in AI's design? Gathering or listening to what you are saying.
Yes, yes.
Are there any
So,
records to show
yes, there are records actually.
examples?
In Ghana, for instance, and even in Kenya, to be specific, in Kenya, in the year 2019, the government wanted to create a centralized system where people could get health care, they could apply for loans, financial assistance, social aid, and etc. And unfortunately, the data which was used to train the model was actually data for men. And also
It's supposed to be used by women at this time.
Yes. And secondly, to the data, the systems which they were using to actually capture the biometrics of these women were not able to capture women's biometrics, especially those people who are in the rural areas or those who have, one or two issues with their fingerprints. It couldn't capture them. And when that issue came on board, people were saying that the systems were biased to those who are wealthy.
Yes.
That's what they thought, that, because we don't have, so the government decided to exclude us and then, sideline, our palms are hard, so we are not able to.
And during election, we would vote against the government.
Yes. So the government was actually put on their toes that what they are doing, they are actually practicing favoritism. So they are favoring those who are financially stable compared to those who are not. Maybe that was not the government's main motive, yes, but because of behind the scenes, but because of one or two issues, people thought that was the main motive of the government. So that is
okay. Talking about governments, I'd like us to move to governments. And I know there are some government reps here, and there are some companies and institutions around. And I so do well know that the usage of AI is really being promoted by these sectors, down to the individuals and the citizens. And I am of the view that AI systems, actually, whether it is built in-house or outsourced, it has to be made responsible so that it will serve everybody fairly. I'd like that, Ms. Winifred, you help us to know what these sectors they can do, the role they can play in ensuring governance or in regulating AI policy and governance, making AI responsible. What role can they play?
Okay, to talk about governance or
Yes.
ensuring our institutions and then leadership inculcate responsible AI,
Yes.
we would also need, there are two things we need to understand. One, how AI works. Two, where biases or unfairness come in AI. And once you understand how artificial intelligence works, it works by learning from data. So that's the first thing we need to understand. The second thing is that the data we use to train the AI models, like Gifty mentioned, has, if it is biased, and I'll give you a very simple example. So assuming we were to take a poll here to say we are taking options for lunch, and then we make the audience suggest ideas for lunch, and then
Like banku and tilapia.
all right, so that's a good one. And then we also take some others. So banka and tilapia, perhaps rice and stew,
Wache.
wache, great.
These are my
So
choices.
we leave it at 3. And then we use this type of data. I don't know, there's number of people in this room to train a model. And then we say, the model says that, oh, it is the most popular meal in Accra as at this time is wache. I would ask, would that be true or not? Thank you. Why is it false? Because look at the sample size. One is very biased in terms of gender. A majority of the people here, even if we voted, were mostly female. Perhaps if we ask the men, their options may have been different. So this is how biases get introduced into models. So first is in terms of even how the purpose for which the AI model is developed. So the first place is institutions should, before anyone adopts artificial intelligence for use within an organization for decision making, the first is to ask, is there potential bias that can be introduced into this model? That's the first one. The potential is there. The second is the team working on it. Are there fair representation of the service the AI would produce? Within the design level, yes. So that's why we need a lot of women in the room participating in all of these things, because if we are selecting teams, we want to make sure we have human beings who can speak to the subjects, they have expertise, not just because they are female. So we need women who learn, who practice, and who implement artificial intelligence, so that when organizations are designing AI systems or choosing to start using AI, they can find within their workforce people who have the expertise to be part of the team, because they can ask certain questions and they can bring in new perspective. Then the last one is it reflecting our governance or ethical policies as an organization? And I think at this rate, every organization must have standards of ethics. And whenever technologies are being designed, we must make sure they reflect the existing standards of ethics and governance and fairness within the organization, so that we don't pass that on. And the last one is the choice of data we select. It must be inclusive, it must be fair, it must truly represent the sample of, or as much of data as possible of the population we intend to serve, so that biases are not introduced to our systems.
Okay, thank you very much. So, listening to you, you made mention of the fact that we should have some technical expertise. And in the previous panel session, we talked about certain courses. Please, the women here, we have a wide range of courses. You can check them out on your way out at the reception, or you can visit our website, www.giks.gov.gh. We have wide range of courses that I believe can give you a head start or can give you a solid head start. Please, are we good? Please, are we good?
Yeah.
And you know the best part? The prices are really, really affordable. I wouldn't lie to you. Please check it out and thank me later. Are we good?
Yeah.
Okay. Please, to continue. To the woman here who want to enter AI, those watching us, those are the marketplace, just everywhere. But is so concerned about its societal impact. What would be your advice to them?
I would say, for me, I would say the society's impact on society is very positive. It's a good thing. Artificial intelligence is just like energy. It's just like electricity. Do we say electricity is bad because it has some extra capabilities which can be dangerous? No, we use it and we use it in a particular way. So that's just how artificial intelligence is. So we encourage a lot of women to come into the space and get into the field. And there's several opportunities in terms of career pathways in AI. There are so many things. It's not everything which is extremely technical, assuming you don't like the technical aspects. I think earlier on, the earlier panel talked about mathematics and the rest.
Yeah.
If you are not very abstract math inclined, because everyone is very mathematical, I think I'll just steal a few minutes. So please, I am an advocate of demystifying mathematics. And it's very key to me because mathematics is part of our capabilities, natural capabilities. We all cook. Every day when we cook, it is pure mathematics. We cook even without measuring instruments. We have hair, at least you see my braided hair. This pattern is purely mathematics. But we would say that people are not mathematically inclined. Everyone is mathematically inclined. It's just the
We are not advanced mathematically inclined.
well, it's the degree of abstractness of the mathematics which you may struggle with if you don't have a good lecturer introducing you to it. But we can, in the day of artificial intelligence and data, we are all very good mathematicians. So let us not be afraid to come into this space. I would say that AI would affect you whether you are part of it or not. So be part of it and help design it in a way that suits you and others like you.
Thank you very much. So we, the women, would help in designing. When it comes to an action to be taken today, to be taken by the various institutions seated here, and to be taken by the individuals as well. What is that action that you would want us to take to ensure that AI serves everyone fairly? What is that one action? Any of you, please?
Okay, I think I'll go then. She also. Okay, so one action which institutions can actually take is to test the systems which are coming out for biases and discrimination. First, even when you got the idea of bringing the system on board, you first ask a question that who would be biased with this system of ours? Who can be biased? And what will be the bias of this system? Once you're able to ask that question, you can have an answer to it. And you base on that answer to build the system or to design the system. So as we are designing, you have in mind that you want to avoid any form of biases or any form of discrimination. That is the first step. That's think about bias, think about discrimination. That's what I have to say.
Okay. And to add to that would be transparency. Usually when things are shrouded in secrecy, that's where you find those biases lurking inside. So as institutions, as we continue to adapt or develop artificial intelligence, let's make sure we are adapting what is transparent to us. We shouldn't have a system implemented for an organization without committees being formed to be part of the design, implementation, or the even choosing the systems. We want those that are very transparent, that we know how they work, because they are going to automate part of our processes as an organization. So we want to be sure that we know how they work. They reflect our ethical values as an institution. Thank you.
Okay, so in wrapping up, I strongly believe that most of the women here, including me, have what it takes to lead conversations around ethical and inclusive AI. The question is, how should they position themselves? Apart from the fact that they have this technical knowledge, how should they position themselves to be able to lead conversations around this?
Okay, thank you. So, if you have the technical knowledge, you're a woman here, and you still want to get into the tech space, don't hold back. So, the thing you can do is to join communities. There are so many communities out there. There are so many mentors out there waiting for people to just come to them for them to help. So, get in touch with them. Get communities. There is Femitech. Attend conferences. Take courses. And also contribute. So when you join communities, you don't just join and be quiet. Because if you are quiet, nobody will hear you. And no one will know what you have within you. So you have to actually voice out, contribute, ask questions. That's how you can also get there. And there are so many forums out there. UNESCO, for instance, has the Awitai program, which is helping women entrepreneurs who actually have the technical skills, but want to exceed and go into AI. So if you are here and you want to also get into AI, do that. Find these communities. There are ladies in tech clubs. There are women in AI, women in cybersecurity. There are a lot of communities. Find one that actually suits your interest and then contribute. That is how you would be seen. And with that, you are bringing yourself up to speed.
Yeah, as women, we really need to be seen. Otherwise, we would be the ones experiencing the biases a lot. So at this point, I'd like to wrap up, draw down the curtain. We have had an insightful conversation. We only scratched off the surface of how we can hard code ethics and inclusion in AI designs of tomorrow. I believe you heard of the challenge of bias, did you? And then you also heard of the promise of inclusive design, if we are part of the design stage. Please, I'd like that if there is any question, the floors be open to you, our cherished audience, to ask our panelists at most two questions of how we can build AI systems that will benefit and represent everyone. Any questions? Online people, you can send in your question by typing.
Silence means consent. Okay.
All right. Thank you very much for the discussion, the topics that you treated. They were very insightful and it has given us a lot of information. What I will ask is that most of us are entrepreneurs here. Do we have AI tools that will help those people? And I want examples of those the tools, the AI tools for entrepreneurs to help them with their marketing and improve on whatever business that they are doing. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'll take the other one. Anyone? Okay. All right.
Please, my question is, if you check, European Union has a AI Act that's determined the kind of artificial intelligence system that can be deployed in their country. But I realize that over here in Ghana, we don't have any to regulate the development and deployment of artificial intelligence systems. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So those are your two questions, and now I return it, and I'm sure you'll be closing up soon.
Sure. So for the first question, which has to do with tools that entrepreneurs can use, the very first tool, which is common among all of us, is social media, isn't it? Yes. Now, social media has given people power. It has given people a voice. And so don't just go online and also scroll and be watching videos, watching people promote themselves and be paid. No, you also have to get involved. So whatever business that you are in, you also have to post it. There is Instagram, there is TikTok, there is Facebook, and they all have the business side of it where you can actually pay a little and then your business will be promoted for you. So you also take that opportunity to promote your business. And then even aside that, with promoting, it has to do with time. Sometimes you don't have time as an entrepreneur. There are tools available to schedule your posts online. We have Buffer, we have Hootsuite. You can download these ones, create an account with them. It's paid, it's free for a while, then later you pay. Yes. So you can sign up with them and then you schedule all your posts. So if Tuesday is the day which you feel people actually want to come online and buy something from you, you schedule your post for Tuesday. Yes, and then with that, it would help you to be seen. Even when you are not online, your products are online there and then they are selling. So that is how to also get your business being promoted. Thank you.
Thank you. That's digital marketing, right?
Yes, please.
So I think just to add on to that, there's another company locally, M-Notify. They have an AI chatbot, e-commerce chatbot. So assuming you are into commerce, you can upload your products you're selling, and then the AI sells on your behalf and schedules deliveries for you. So that's actually an indigenous AI platform that can help. And I think, as Gifty mentioned, too, social media platforms now use a lot of intelligence. So they give you intelligence on how audience interacts with your social media account, and that can help in decision making for entrepreneurs. Okay, so I think to answer the question around policy, there was a question around policy. So we know, I think, was it Esa, the woman from data protection? Yes. Usually we find that research and commercial use of technology precedes governance. And it's only because researchers are usually more curious, they have time and they want to solve specific problems. So policy and governance follows after innovative technologies come out. So as a nation, we are now in the phase of developing our policies on AI, and I have been in a number of working committees regarding that. The minister did mention that we launched the national AI strategy, but I don't know if the policy has been created, but in several areas of work, there's been framework and guidance for developing artificial intelligence use, adoption, and even teaching AI. So we are still working on these things as a country, and it's very progressive to be able to ensure that the space is protected and we are able to have responsible artificial intelligence. So I think as a nation, we are doing well. We have a strategy out which has been launched. So we can also look at it and see where we can engage dialogue or contribute to ensure that the guidance and frameworks that are in there, we practice them at our local institutions level.
Thank you very much. So on this note, I'd like to say thank you to our audience for staying through with us. I also say thank you to our panelists for sharing these insights with us. Please let's get involved. Thank you very much.